Are we possibly facing a real trend reversal today? Not upwards, but downwards. Because today the Bank of Japan will speak at 10 o'clock, and that could really put us under pressure. We'll take a look at all of this now. And with that, welcome to a new crypto update video. Bitcoin is currently still just under 90,000 US dollars. We just can't manage to break into our resistance area at the top. The CME gap has been filled. Still, we have a lot of liquidity sitting above us. We'll take a look at all of that. Of course, we'll also check out the altcoins, the stock markets, and so on. We have a lot to discuss. So make sure to stay tuned until the end. But before we get started, as always, feel free to give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, feel free to join the free Telegram talk and Signal group. Just sign up using the link below in the video description. That way you'll always get the latest updates whenever I enter any trades or if there's anything new. You'll find out everything in the Telegram group. And one more tip, if you haven't done so yet, sign up with my partner exchange BingX as well. In my opinion, it's the best exchange on the market, with up to 11,500 USDT in bonuses you can claim. That's a good starting amount, and it's also a great way to test out the exchange. On one hand, you support the channel by doing so, and on the other hand, you can always take part in cool promotions here. Just participate, and in the end, secure yourself a lot of free trades. I made a video about it just a week ago, so feel free to check that out as well. So let's get started. Bitcoin at $89,000. Yeah, it doesn't really look great. I mean, the whole chart itself, honestly, I feel like it's lacking a bit of power. So if we quickly turn on the trader's reality indicator, that is with our vector candles, and also take a look at where the Asia range is. And let's just draw that in here right now with our two blue lines. Yeah, that really doesn't look good. So here's the top of the Asia range and here's the bottom. And where are we right now? Yeah, pretty much at the bottom edge. That's not a positive sign. The only positive thing is that we still have a vector candle at the top. But apart from that, it bothers me a bit, to be honest with you. So it's really not the best. Again, just looking at the price action here. And if we also take a look at the news situation, I've already shared this with you yesterday. Just a quick update. The US Department of Labor has canceled the release of the PPI data for October. Hey, cool. And tomorrow is the Fed interest rate decision. And the Fed is just like, cool, we have no data. And we're just making decisions in the dark. Have fun. And hopefully inflation doesn't get out of control. That's not good at all. Really, it's not. In my opinion, it makes absolutely no sense, but okay. If we take a quick look at our liquidity on high block, it's still up at the top. So actually, we should be moving upwards because the biggest chunk of liquidity is up there between, let's say, $92,000 and up to $95,000. So nothing has changed there. Even if we zoom out, most of the liquidity is above us, but more and more is coming in below us as well. If we look at the funding rates, they're normal to negative. That's also a positive sign. Actually, it should go up again. In quotation marks, it should go up. But at the moment, Bitcoin just doesn't feel like it at all, or rather, we're lacking a bit of that optimism. That optimism, or even the negativity, yes, that could come later at 10 o'clock. I've already hinted at it. The Bank of Japan governor is speaking at 10 o'clock. If he now announces that the issue of interest rate hikes is really happening there, it could be with regard to the last interest rate hike, if we take a closer look at that the matter could be delayed by another 5 days. Back then, the crash happened on the 5th August. But we already saw the first movements in the days before when it was announced, and that's exactly what we need to pay attention to. At the same time, if we take a look at the yield curve or the bonds, in Japan, the 10-year bonds were briefly at 1.98% yesterday. It's possible that we'll go up a bit more here before we drop down again. So I would definitely keep an eye on this 10 o'clock mark. For everyone who is shorting, great, you can let it run. I'm still not in. But if something does happen, I'll try to jump in afterwards, maybe even chase it. But please, don't copy me. Otherwise, basically, if everything goes normally, there's still a chance for 94,000 or 95,000 US dollars. You know the range, that's where the liquidity is, plus a little higher. It's all still possible. Our Fed interest rate decision is coming, even though personally I'm still not convinced because it's all absolute bullshit. We'll take another calm and thorough look at everything tonight. As always, there's a live stream at 7 p.m, so make a note of that. I'll send you the link later in the Telegram group and everywhere on social media. But as I said, at the moment, I'm really not convinced. I don't like all this beating around the bush. I don't like that it's taking us so long just to get past this resistance. I don't know. Just act cautiously and wait. We'll know more at 10 o'clock. Either Bitcoin will pump up then, and next week it'll go completely downhill. At the moment, I'm a bit at a loss. The long is still running, nothing has changed there. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum is holding up much, much stronger than Bitcoin. So yesterday, when the EMI gap was filled, I took a quick look at Ethereum on the side. It definitely looked much, much more stable, I have to say, and it also held up significantly better. Ethereum is still my favorite, $3,500 to $4,000, and the long is still running here as well. I said it yesterday already, and I'll say it again today, please. Take profit, set your stop loss to entry down here, and don't do anything else. Really, honestly, just let it run. You have nothing to lose now. You can set your stop loss to entry, take profits, and then just wait and see. If we go up, awesome, then we can take a nice short at the top. If we start dropping now, you've already taken the risk off the table. But the risk of going short here already, honestly, if we look at it just in terms of price movement upwards, if we go short here now, that's simply a 16% move to my actual zone. That's too much, in my opinion, to enter anything here. So just let it keep running. Let's move on to Solana. Solana is a disaster, really a disaster. This range up to $145 is still intact. Again, there was absolutely no price action yesterday. Seriously, zero, nothing. The thing has fallen back into this bison, which means theoretically your position should be closed now. Let's gray out this zone here for now, because honestly, I don't know what to do with Solana anymore. It just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. So the movements here, disastrous, absolutely no price action. We have to admit it doesn't look good. That's why I'm graying out this zone now. For now, it's irrelevant. For me personally, Solana is off the table for the time being. Let's just keep waiting and see what happens. Otherwise, let's move on to the traditional markets. Dollar, euro, and stablecoins will most likely see some movement as soon as we get news from Japan. Next up, gold. Unfortunately, really unfortunately, the position at the top wasn't picked up. Honestly, it's a bit annoying. I'm still struggling with it a bit. Maybe I'll end up chasing it a little. Let's see how today turns out. Especially since we still have our long position open, so we actually have a good hedge. The problem is, in terms of entry, we're still a bit away from it, about 2.4%. I'll keep you updated and also post in the Telegram group so you can ultimately copy trade the bot as well. But at the moment, I haven't made a decision about it yet. Silver is also at a high level, with bearish divergence by now. Here too, a good pullback would actually be beneficial. Even though I still hope it doesn't happen, at least not yet. And I'm actually still waiting for tomorrow for the Fed interest rate decision. And that's when things should get significantly more volatile. Of course, we'll be live again tomorrow, but also today, of course. Otherwise, yes, the traditional markets, DAX is pumping, Dow Jones at a high level, NASDAQ at a high level. Once again, a retest here of our yellow line, which was previously resistance, right here. We're at the limit, I'll put it that way, and the volume isn't good. That's a big, big problem. So if we take a look at the volume in the S&P 500 heading toward an all-time high without real volume, Russell, I'm having my doubts. And the volatility index is moving upward. Pay attention to that. If this thing shoots all the way up, then you know what's going to happen. But today at 10 o'clock is the first important data point. Yes, and then in the afternoon again, there's ADP and Jolt's job openings, but only for October. Let's see what happens. It's definitely going to be an exciting day, I think, especially with Japan. And whether this will ultimately be now, the beginning of our big, big movement. If we take a look at the other government bonds, they've also been pumping extremely upwards in the last few days. Even the US government bonds. So you could almost say government bonds are really the new meme coins, judging by their volatility. Here too, they're up almost 6% within just a few days. So this is not a normal move. That's why I'm curious to see how this all plays out now. Over the course of the day, definitely keep an eye on it. And otherwise, I'd say we'll catch up again this evening for the live stream. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And that's it from me. I'll keep you updated in the Telegram group if anything exciting happens. But please be careful, secure your positions. And that's it from me. Until then, ciao ciao, and as always, stay crypto and see you this evening.